Carmen, lead vocalist and rhythm guitarist for Raspberries. Eric, we want to welcome you to Nightside and thank you so much for coming this evening. Tell us about your second album and how it differs from the first.
Well, the second album we recorded more as a live album than the first one. After we did our first album, we realized that some of the songs on it, a lot of the songs on it were ballad sort of format and had strings and utilized more orchestration than what we wanted to do on stage, and we needed some more up-tempo, kind of good-timey numbers for on stage. So we wrote the second album primarily with that in mind, you know, the idea of going out and being able to get across to a crowd rather than just, you know, in person rather than just on record. So the second album we concentrated on making everything a little bit more good-spirited and more basic instrumentals and less orchestration and just having a good time.
You, as I understand, recently moved into a new apartment.
About a year ago.
About a year ago. That's recent for some of us.
Right.
But there's an interesting thing about the room that overlooks the lake.
Right.
What's the interesting thing?
Well, it's just, it's on the 21st floor. That's
Yeah.
one thing that's about it.
We have a piano in there?
Right. That's
Do you have
all.
anything else?
That's all.
That's what I wanted to drive at.
Interesting
That's
thing.
the interesting thing to many of us. Is this where you do most of the creations that come into your head?
Most of the writing that I do is done in my living room on my piano. That's all.
Has this always been the case for you, that you get into an environment separate from...
I try. Yeah, I didn't put any other furniture in my living room because primarily everything else I own is in the bedroom.
It must be pretty crowded, Eric.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's,
Where did the Raspberries go back, what, about 2 years now? Or
2 years, yeah.
2 odd years. And what was the nature of the group getting together?
we had all been playing together in different groups for about 6 or 7 years, you know, in the Cleveland area, northeastern suburbs of Ohio. And those three guys had been in a group together called The Choir, which had a national semi-hit called It's Cold Outside. And Wally and I had been together in a group called Cyrus Erie, which had made a couple of really miserably unsuccessful records for a company which shall remain nameless. And we'd all just been playing rock and roll all through that whole period, and everybody else in the city, and there were a lot of musicians, were primarily turning to different things, you know, blues and psychedelic and country and western and all kinds of other offshoots of it. And we stayed playing rock and roll the whole time, so it was sort of logical that the four of us would sort of fall together and form this group.
There are many who see Raspberries filling a void which has been left open since about 1968 or 69. Do you think that you're filling a certain void in the rock idiom?
I think so. Before we came onto the scene, there was a definite, well, since 1968, there's been this demise of the harmony rock and roll band, you know, that has been, you know, other things are out, you know, popped up in its place, like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, that used a lot of harmony, but they were more country and western oriented or more folk oriented than groups like the Beatles and the Bee Gees and the Hollies, and those are the groups that we had our roots in listening to when we started playing. And so by us coming into the thing, I think the only other group that was doing anything similar to what we were at the time that we started was Badfinger. Yeah. And we both started right almost exactly at the same time. They were a little before us, but they're older than us, so that's okay.
Okay. What are you going to play for us next?
We're going to do a song from our first album.
Okay.
And it's called Come Around and See Me.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the Raspberries on Nightside.
Test. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, if you want me to wait forever, I will. Though you say you may love me, never you will. A lover's song is mine, you shouldn't be denied my love. You end up by my side, just wait and see me. If you want me to wait forever, I will. And though you say you may love me, never up by my side. Come around and see me. Don't ever think I'll be cruel to you. I'm a fool for you. Come around and see me. Come around and see me. Don't ever think I'll be cruel to you. I'm a fool for you. Come around and see me. And if you want me to wait forever, I will.